Not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world, and if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Do you know what? I probably wouldn't have a gap year then, would be my...
I'll just go straight uni, thanks.
I'll go straight uni. War? No, thanks. I'm all right. I was going to backpack around South America, but now you've said it's war or uni, I'll probably just go straight to Freshers with
I was gonna work in a bar for 6 months, and then I was gonna doss around the world for a bit.
Yeah. I was just going to try and make it as a YouTuber.
Yeah.
No, war. Nah, I'll probably just go straight. Probably just.
Do you know what, Max? I just had Katie Shanahan in on the show before.
Yeah.
And as we know, I was singing her theme song, which, as we know, is the best one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Shanahan. She was enjoying it. Heard this music. Immediately left.
Well, of course, it's an embarrassment, isn't it? This is. Do you know what we should be thankful for? Is that, you know, they pumped this into the Australian dressing room before play today.
Pumped it in.
And I'm not saying that's why we won, because, you know, you've got to credit the players to a degree, but it's mainly this drivel. This drivel, not talk sport, but just this bit. And we've got a show to go.
Okay,
here we go.
All right. Okay.
This is what Harry Brooks put on the Ghetto Blaster. in the Melbourne
Is that what they've
changing
got?
room.
A ghetto blaster
I think
tapes.
so. I think it's what the kids use these
Yes.
days. I think.
Probably with a Bluetooth connection, though. Not tapes. These days, that's why they should join the army.
got it
It'll be good
easy.
for them. Put them in the army.
Turn it up. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the world's biggest sports radio station. It's talkSPORT. My name's Max Rushden. Alongside me, Charlie Bacon. Charlie, this is just Eddie Warm-Up.
This is the double award-winning, award-retired warm-up Max on Saturday, the 27th of December, 2025. And at 12:30, it's the PDC World Darts Championship from Ali Pali, both sessions live on talkSPORT 2. Our commentary team, Ian, the Duke of Knutsford Danter, Chris Murphy, Paul Nicholson, and Chris Mason, the OB producer. It's Matt Gobbin!
My old man's a dustman. He wears a dustman's hat. He wears...
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa. I didn't
Stop
even
this.
say go get it.
Whoa. Hang on a second.
Go back.
Hang on a second.
Something.
Stop this. Stop it all. We need a clear, my old man's a dustman. We wait for Charlie Bacon to say, go get it.
I mean, I've no idea.
This is a tried and tested format. Here we go.
Try again.
He wears a dustman's hat. He wears gold blimey trousers. And he lives in the council flat.
Gonna let it go longer.
He looks a proper nana in his
Yeah,
great
rightly
big
so.
bell boots. He's got such a job to pull them up, but he calls them daisy roots.
Go get it! And then at 12:30, it's Nottingham Forest. The Tricky Trees versus Manchester City. The Citizens. Flat in the Premier League at the talkSPORT exclusive. Presented by Rashman Chowdhury. Commentary from Sam the Sausage Gilet Man Matterface and former England captain Stuart Psycho Pierce, the OB producer. It's Eddie Mentor! Go get it! And then at 14:30, it's Game Day Live with Adrian. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
The best in the business. Adrian Durham, Troy Deeney and Dean Splashton, Ashton. It's live on talkSPORT. Adrian Durham, forget it. With all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the Scottish Premiership, including Arsenal, the Gunners, versus Brighton, the Seagulls, Liverpool, the Reds, versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, Wolves, and Burnley, the Clarets, versus Everton, the Toffees, plus a classified results service at 17:15. Notabalazze. Adrian is at Brentford, Troy is at Arsenal, and Dean is at Liverpool. At 17:30, it's Bath versus Northampton Saints in the Gallagher Premiership. It's on talkSPORT 2. Commentary from Andrew McKenna and Matt Garvey, the OB producer. It's Andrew McKenna. Oh my God. Do. Oh, again. Top of the world. Go get it. It's Big Ticket. Live. World Darts, Premier League, and Gallagher Premiership action you can't afford to miss.
Now, I have a point of order here. I'm pretty sure Andrew McKenna was the Macarena.
Yeah, sure.
So did that change? Was there a meeting?
I have not changed that.
Was there a meeting in the week?
I've not changed anything there. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Is that right?
Reese is producing today.
Andrew McKenna.
Reese normally does Sundays. Andrew Jolly does Saturdays. They've switched over. I don't know if Reese has come in and done some sweeping changes of the music, but
I mean, that's pretty big to get over that.
But we did have
Get
Izzy
over
Minter.
that. Yeah. Holy guacamole. Izzy Minter is back. Absolute limbs from the Minter Maniac, says Gaz, the Wolves fan in Telford. Go get it's all over the place, says Meditation
What?
Dan. Today, too many P's in B's, lads. That's what he says. Question mark.
Peas and bees. What's that? Pints and...
Is that pigs in blankets?
Pigs in blankets. Oh, yeah. Pints in blankets. Too many pints in blankets.
Too many pints in blankets. Yeah, listen.
Yes.
Listen, meditation.
Listen.
Dan. You know that Charlie and I are always absolutely smashed when we do this show, and nothing will change. The Sizzler's been in touch. Merry Christmas to you both. Is Max going to be filling out an annual leave cancellation form for tomorrow, just England being halfway to claiming the moral victory in the Ashes, Notabaladze. Yeah, I've got tickets for day 3. Can't wait.
What a
Test
nightmare.
match is perfectly poised. Absolutely perfectly
It's going to be a
poised.
great day.
So
what happens? Do they just
question
cancel it?
is
They don't come back and have a beer match, or?
I don't think so. I don't think they have a beer match. But I think Danny Kelly's doing the show tomorrow, so I'm taking the day off because I'm sitting at the cricket drinking all day.
Lovely.
But now I'm not doing that.
Oh.
So what do I say to Danny Kelly? I can't say. I mean, I have said to Danny, it's your show, but if you can't be bothered, I'm here. That's what I've said to Danny. What's the etiquette?
I don't know what the etiquette is, Max. I think you
What's
just
the
sort of
etiquette?
let the man work, and then you
Let the
try
man
and
work.
have a nice day without
Right.
having to sit and have something to distract you, so your brain doesn't whir. That's
No,
what
fair
sport
enough.
is a lot of the time, isn't it? Just sort of distraction.
Sport and talkSPORT is just a bit of a whir.
A bit of a whir.
Charlie, the Spurs fan, says, I've been waiting for this intro all week. What a letdown. Absolute mess. I know it's
What?
Christmas, but you've completely taken your eye off the ball. Repeat intro in the next 10 minutes or riot.
That wasn't my
It was
fault.
only one. It was only the Matt Gubbins issue. And the
Exactly. We only
Macarena.
had only
Andy
My Old
McKenna.
Man's a Dustman went short, and we rarely have My Old Man's a Dustman, so it's a nice surprise when it turns up.
David says,
Actually.
this is a bloody mess. Turning off now, just because it's the lazy period between Christmas and the New Year, doesn't mean you can treat listeners this way.
Not our
I
fault.
thought it was fine.
I thought it was absolutely fine. It wasn't our fault, that bit.
It was just a bit. It was
There was
just
nothing
a bit
was a mess. I
more
did
My Old
forget.
Man's a
I
Dustbin.
forgot what Nottingham Forest's the computer forgot what Nottingham Forest's
Of
nickname
course.
was for like a
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah.
Just a beat.
And if it says something, what it says is, and listeners take note, it's that 99% of the year we are so professional
Wowee, so on.
that we make something tiny bit slip, and that is
One
what
mistake
happens.
all year.
One mistake, and you come at us. How dare
Wowee.
you? On the text, because I have tickets for day 3 of the test match, we thought we're trying to
Yes.
think of the right question. I think the question is, they won before I got there. Is that the question?
Yes, that's
I don't
what it
know
is.
how many answers we'll get for that.
They won before I got. They won. I liked
that's
they won
it.
before I got there.
Yeah.
And didn't we want to do when was the grass too long or something like that? No, maybe
Was
not.
the grass too long?
Too much grass.
that was
Too much
one we
grass,
just
is it
said as
that?
a joke.
Too much grass.
Too much grass. Was that the text that you want to do?
When was
There
there
we go.
too much grass?
The questions are for you. 81089 at Max Rushden at Baker's Tweet. When was there too much grass? And they won before I got there.
Yes.
81089 at Max Rushden at Baker's Tweet. Cameron Ponzby is an athletic cricket writer, and he's a cricket writer for The Athletic. I mean, I had no idea of his form. Maybe he is athletic.
Slim
I don't know.
fit.
Anyway. He's at the MCG. He's probably in the pub now, but we'll chat to him in just a second. This is all brought to you with the good people of Travis Perkins
Bowling.
doing what matters the trade. If they'd picked Travis, maybe
Oh,
they'd have
maybe
won.
they'd
The
have won.
Australians.
That's their own lookout.
Another
complacent.
test where he's not been selected. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Morning, all it is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max and Charlie with you until 11. Amin says, what a mess of a show.
What?
And to think this is all I will remember of 2025. The year is ruined. Max, Charlie, shame on you. Poor performance, lads. Wow, full of Christmas lethargy. Where's Bridge over troubled water? I haven't heard it for weeks. Has he been sacked?
Has he been?
Oh,
Has Adam Bridge been sacked?
Hope not. Because I have missed that one. I thought the go-getters were
they
fine,
were great.
Charlie.
They were great. I think people are looking for problems. It's the bit between Christmas and New Year, which is I believe it's called the Gooch of the year.
Is that right?
Yes.
I'm not sure it is. Anyway, the Graham Gooch. That's what it is. Lucky to get that back to sport so quickly.
Exactly.
Hey, let's go to the MCG then. Oh, I don't know if Cameron Ponzby is still there. Cricket writer for The Athletic. He joins us now. Hey, Cameron.
Hey, Cameron.
Hello, guys. I don't know what they're talking about. I've been listening. It's been perfect.
Yeah,
don't
it's been a great show,
It's been a great show.
People are weird, aren't
Very
they, Cameron?
kind.
They're very weird.
Kind of you. What do you make of that then, Cameron?
Max, history doesn't do caveats. It's a win. It doesn't matter. England have won the first game in Australia for 15 years. I was trying to work it out myself because on the one hand, I was watching with my fan hat on going, brilliant, England are winning. On the other hand, I was watching with my cricket fan hat on. I was like, what is this? Like another 2-day test match. This is not brilliant. And then the match finished and I had a few mates in the crowd and the WhatsApp started rolling in and they were just so happy. They were just kind of like, Bazball's back, baby. Like there was a few which I can't repeat here. There was another one being like, this is torture, but if they win, it's fine. And they've rolled off into the sunset, kind of content that they've watched history. And I think that's kind of my abiding takeaway from the day, that it's the Boxing Day test. There's 90,000 people in. And for 15 years, England fans at home have been waking up, checking their phone and going, again. Yeah. And this time, for the first day since 2011, they've woken up to good news. So I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
So, yeah. Does that mean this tour is more successful? Because it feels like it's been such a disaster. But like, obviously, we don't know what happens in Sydney. Yeah. That could be 3-2. But is this by definition then more successful than any tour we've done since 2011?
It's weird, isn't it? The line I'm going with now is England win 3-1. I'm not saying which way the numbers are going round, but England have won 3-1. 4 days ago, less than 3 days ago, blimey, Christmas Eve, we came to the ground for the press conferences. I've never felt such a 4-0 atmosphere. Like Ben Stokes was talking about the need to protect his players. Do you have to say alleged video of Ben Duckett had been doing the rounds and things were being... It had all the ingredients of a wheels-off tour, and you saw England come out to train at the MCG, and the Australian TV cameras all swung around immediately to kind of pick out their targets about who they were kind of basically going to bully that week. And you're like, this is over. There's no chance this team is turning this around. And fortunately for England, they were served up a bit of a lottery of a pitch. They won a really good toss. And so they've managed to come out on top of it. I think in terms of learning things about this team, in this instance right now, not much has changed. But as I said at the top, like, history doesn't care about caveats. In a week's time, this England team will play with a lightness they wouldn't have otherwise had if they were facing a whitewash. Brendan Cullum's probably stops updating his LinkedIn. Like, when in 4 years' time England come back here, they don't arrive on these shores with the tagline, "You guys haven't won here in 19 years." And we've seen how heavy that history's weighed on these guys out here this time round, because truth be told, when the series was live, these guys buckled. So there is another element where you go, is this frustrating that it took till now? Do it earlier, exactly. And that will always be a bit of a what if about this series, because we all kind of went into it with such high hopes, and it has overall been disappointing, which I think is why my overall conclusion from today, and for at least today, is to enjoy the win.
And it is full of what ifs, because we nearly did that opening day. We nearly did. If it just batted a bit more sensibly. Has anyone dug themselves out of it and sort of back into the next few test series with this test win? You know, I'm thinking Harry Brook, I'm thinking Pope. Has anyone sort of fixed it for themselves?
The big winner of this match is Jacob Bethel from an individual standpoint. So he's playing his first Ashes test match. He came in at number 3 in place of Pope, and spare a thought for Ollie, because I think his record reads played 8 Ashes test matches, both home and away, lost 8 Ashes test matches, and Bethel's come in, played 1, won 1, and it's one of the real intriguing things about this series is it's going so badly, but this idea that it's kind of a complete regime change from the playing perspective is kind of wide of the mark, because aside from Pope at number 3 and Bashir, who hasn't played, these are the guys. Like, they have massively underperformed, and that's kind of always needs to be remembered about this. We can get into the nuances and of the series, but for the most part, these are England's best players, and when it comes back to the summer, these will be the guys that are playing again. And frustratingly, they will be good. They will be fine. And we'll go, what on earth happened for those 3 weeks in Australia where, kind of bold, it feels like a bit harsh, but like, let's use it for the sake of the argument. In terms of your question, Jacob Bethel, he's a beautiful, beautiful cricketer who can score very aesthetically appealing runs. And look, that's all I'm really after, to be honest. I prefer 40 pretty runs than 80 unattractive runs. But that's maybe why I'm an England fan.
Unfortunately, my vibe on it is pointless winning a dead rubber, and and there's 300. Well, you say there's 90,000 people who've been the last 2 days, you know, but there's 3 more days of it meant to happen, and people like Max haven't gone, and so it's actually been pretty bad for cricket, I think, this series.
That's really interesting. I think it's really interesting to hear that contrasting opinion, because I think it's been quite a binary response at the ground, or within the press box at least. And I had a little bit of kind of, I was worried I was getting, I was in your kind of hermetically sealed box watching on, the air conditioning on. And at that point I was like, is this good? I think this is bad. But it was the kind of going outside, talking to fans who are here today, admittedly on day 2, there's no day 3, who were saying they enjoy it, which kind of spun me round. But then, Max, as you say, like, you were meant to be here tomorrow. Like, 2-day test matches, you don't want them every week. They are bad. Ben Stokes said as much afterwards. He was like, this isn't what you want, basically, from a Boxing Day test. For the long-term health of the game, absolutely you don't want to live off a diet of 2-day test matches, because they're not very nourishing. They're not very fulfilling. And on another day, I think if I was an Australian looking at this, I'd go like, well done, lads. You won a lottery over 2 days and you're celebrating it. That is a line I expect to be used, and I think is valid. But Charlie, you brought me down, man. You brought me down.
Sorry, I was just running away.
I'll bring you up. No, I'll bring you up. Listen, it's a very first world problem. I'm sad I had a ticket for the cricket and I can't go. And I am a bit, and, you know, one of my best mates is, you know, in the kitchen now, and he's flown over from the UK, and you all know Dave, Charlie, my taekwondo guest for Jolly Hockey Sticks, because he was the osteopath for the Australian Olympic taekwondo team in 2007. But we're so excited about spending a day at the cricket. But had I been there today, I wouldn't have cared, because it looked absolutely amazing. But is that the groundsman's fault? They call him a curator, which is a sort of posh word, I guess. But is it his fault? Is it poor batting technique from both sides in this? Like, where do we attribute the blame for for this only going 2 days.
You'll like this. The curator has been summoned for an emergency press conference tomorrow morning.
Wow.
There's
no,
going to be.
guy. Oh no, I don't want
Poor
that.
bloke.
On him. I mean, oh no,
Poor
what can he
bloke.
say?
What's he going to say?
He's going to go. Well, I mean, how deep can we get into this? Sometimes my friends call cricket boring, and I tell them it's not. You're wrong, and then I start talking about like the length of grass on the wicket, and I go, Christ, blimey, it's like, so basically, they left the grass longer on the pitch for this match than is normal. And Australia, the teams arrived, and they went, blimey, like that's going to be impossible to bat on. Like we need to pick loads of fast bowlers, and they were correct. And Steve Smith, the Australian captain, at the end was asked like, why did he do that? And he's like, I don't really know, to be honest. And so the poor bloke who's been, fortunately for him, he's got a good match in his back pocket from last year, where the match against India was like perfect. And so he was thought of as being like this kind of magical curator. But yeah, the blame is mostly, if not all, being laid at his door, unfortunately.
wow.
I'm sure he'd have preferred to see a few more kind of forward defensives across the match and sort of stretch it into day 3. But yeah, some rash batting, kind of players from yesteryear will say these modern lot don't play proper, but it was tough going out there.
Yeah. Oh, well, look, onwards. We can still win it if Sydney's worth 2 or draw it.
Exactly.
Double or quit. You're allowed to say
double
Next
or
goal
quit.
win.
We should say that if the Australians had any bottle. That would be it. Cheers, Cameron. Enjoy your evening,
Cameron.
pal.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Cameron Ponzby there, cricket writer for The Athletic. So, yeah, on to Sydney. And he makes a good ball. A win's a win. Haven't done it since 2011.
Yeah.
That is a really long time. That is a long time to win
Yeah.
a test match. You know, however flat the series feels, all those brilliant players between 2011 and now haven't managed to do what England did. So don't be too down, Charlie.
Well, I just feel like it's a dead rubber, and Australia may have been on the pints for like a week, and then when we come out and it's sort of like dead rubber. You know, in tennis you wouldn't play it. It'd be a dead rubber, wouldn't it? In lots of sports you wouldn't play it.
Sure, but that's just not how this one is set up. Still, like the people who were there today had an absolute blinder. And It was a beautiful day, and now they've just got to find something else to find a pub to drink.
Yeah,
all day
people have to talk to their families now and then.
They'll be okay. Anyway, James says, haters gonna hate. Don't listen to the haters. It is as poor standard as it always is. Adam says, people are fed up of their relatives and are taking it out on the go-get-its. Thank you, Adam. It's Max and Charlie with you to 11. Harry Symeou, Arsenal fan and broadcaster, will join us in just a second. We'll turn our attention to the Premier League afternoon. Morning all, it is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max and Charlie with you until 11. Playing the Sunday music.
I was going to say, this feels like Sunday music. This doesn't feel like
this is
Saturday
Sunday.
music.
Actually, what the irony is, we actually normally have that music that we complain about at the start of the show.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Actually, just play it. Jim says, the curator press conference, will it mirror the Dominic Cummings charade with the camping table in the back garden? That's a good point. What is that?
Will it take place on the pitch? That's what I'd like to see, on the pitch.
Dave, Sydney Morning Herald, Mr. Curator, did you didn't cut the grass long enough, did you? No. Any more questions? It's Nigel here from the Brisbane.
Why do they call him the curator? Well, do you know why it's the curator? Is there a reason for that?
He curates it. Any more questions?
But then he's not curating the grass. He's not selecting which grass to put on.
Is he selecting individual strands?
He's not doing that, is he?
Whatever he's doing, they were too long. I should have mowed it more. Is he going to cry saying, I should have mowed it? What's he going to do?
Drop.
Ridiculous.
Drop for next year.
Anyway, Mark from Fareham, this is a good one. Harry Symeou waiting to chat to us. Sorry, Harry, we'll be in a sec. They won before I got there, as I had tickets for tomorrow at the test.
Oh, yeah.
I can't go because it's finished. Many years ago, I once went to a speed dating event, says Mark. The room had 15 tables positioned in a circle. A lady was sat at each table. Each time the bell rang, you moved around to the next table, where you had 5 minutes of conversation. I had the awful luck of following the 6'5" hunk around the room.
Oh, yeah.
Being 5'2" and nearly as wide as I am tall, you can imagine their surprise. One girl even said, "It's amazing that you two are at the same species."
Oh, that's a shame.
No,
that's
That's awful. The end of the night, the host of the event came up to me and said, "That was bad luck, wasn't it?" He told me it reminded him of Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie Twins.
Some people like Danny DeVito more than they like Arnie Schwarzenegger.
And do you prefer DeVito or Schwarzenegger?
Some people like short people. That's just what it is. Not everyone wants a 6'2" hunk. They don't want that.
Yeah. Do you want a 6'2" hunk? 81089. Let us know. Arsenal Brighton, 3 o'clock today. Harry Symeou is an Arsenal fan, a broadcaster, friend of talkSPORT, of course. Welcome, Harry.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
Yeah, good.
6'2"
hunk.
Yeah, 6'2" hunk. Of course he is. All our guests are. How are you finding it at the moment? You know, is this Man City are winning quite easily and we're winning, but it's tough. What's the vibe, Harry?
Yeah, there is a feeling that, for Arsenal to get 3 points, it feels like a lot harder work than it is for Manchester City at this moment in time. But I think I'm kind of torn on how to process it, I suppose. And you can look at it and say, well, they're still picking up the results for the most part, and that's a good sign. That old cliche, it's a sign of champions win games when you're not playing that well. But there is a part of you that wonders if it's sustainable. I do feel much more confident in the fact that we know that both Gabriel and Kai Havertz are very, very close to returning for Arsenal. Two players that have been massive for the Gunners over the last couple of seasons. And you look at that plus Gabriel Jesus coming back into fitness and form and some of the other players that have maybe had really disrupted seasons injury-wise, starting to get a run of games. You do feel like the best of Arsenal is still to come. But just there is a nervousness, I suppose, that's born out of what's happened to us in the last few years, where we've got to that real business end. We've just run out of steam, run out of gas, and haven't been able to get over the line. So until we do, there's always going to be that nervous energy around Arsenal, I feel.
Defences win championships, they always say, Harry, and you've only let in 10 goals. I think you've been really, really good back there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the fact that we've been able to keep it relatively tight, even with Gabriel out of the picture, and we've missed William Saliba for a few games, and, there's no Christian Mosquera, who Arsenal signed in the summer and has shown himself to be a really able deputy. Piero Hincapié came in, and he's looked pretty good for the most part, but he's had his injury problems this year as well. You just feel like with the defence at the moment, we're kind of on the edge in terms of player availability and fitness and how hard we're having to push certain individuals to cope with other injuries. But you're right. Overall, the defence is this team's identity. This is what Arsenal are. And, there's a lot of people that say something to similar effect. And a lot of people always choose to kind of push back on that and use it as a stick to maybe beat Arsenal with. I think Arsenal's solid base is why they are a serious side nowadays. It's just slipped a little bit, you have to say. They've conceded a few late goals in recent weeks that have been quite frustrating to see. But generally, that's where Arsenal are at their best, right? And that's what makes them, I think, so competitive.
And is it the injuries? I mean, what do you put it down to? And look, it's not a terrible run. You've lost to Villa, fine, and then you've just got over the line against Wolves and you beat Everton and they could have had a penalty. What do you put it down to?
I put it down to just, the injuries mainly, and having to push certain players perhaps beyond their limits. I mean, I think Jurrien Timber's a great example of this, right? He's a player that came back from that knee injury at the start of last season, had to play pretty much every game because Ben White's fitness and availability just wasn't there last season. Ben White finally returns. He starts to play well. He starts 4 games in a row, and you think Ben White is back. And then he picks up another injury. And Jurrien Timber now cannot have a break. There's been no Saliba, and so Timber's had to tuck inside. There's been no Mosquera, and so Timber's had to fill in there at times as well. Now he's had to go back to right back. You look at people like Riccardo Calafiori, who have had injuries galore since arriving at Arsenal and are now being really heavily relied upon. And there just comes a point, doesn't there, where those guys are not going to be at their best, because where you could rotate them, where you could keep them fresh, you can't at this moment in time. So, we went through a phase at the start of the season where we had lots of attacking players missing, and we managed to navigate through that. Now we're suffering something similar at the back end of the pitch. But again, as I said right at the beginning, Arsenal is showing a resilience and are showing an ability to hang in there even with these problems. So I suppose I've talked myself into thinking it's something that should be taken as a positive more than anything else.
How good is Declan Rice, Harry? I think he's the most phenomenal footballer. And what level can he go to? How high is his bar?
Oh, Declan Rice for me is phenomenal. He's obviously a brilliant footballer, and technically I think he's shown another level since coming to Arsenal. You look at the set piece deliveries, in particular the corners that he puts into the box. I know people always focus on those free kicks against Real Madrid last season, but for me, it's the consistent level of quality that he's able to produce when he takes corners from Arsenal's left-hand side. They call us set-piece FC. Declan Rice is a massive part of that. But also it's his athleticism, I think, that always kind of gets me. That's what always takes me aback. The way he can travel across the pitch, the way he can carry the ball, the way he can make impossible situations in terms of getting there first and getting out of cul-de-sacs looks so simple. It is really his superpower. And I think Declan Rice has developed and improved under Mikel Arteta a lot. And I know West Ham fans probably won't want to hear that, but he says it himself. I think tactically he's added another level. And I think for me, you keep him fit, you got a really, really good chance. And he gets the best out of those around him. That's always the case with Declan Rice. He's up and down, he's everywhere. And I think we're really, really lucky to have him.
Now, look, I don't really want Man City to win the league because they've won it loads. But obviously there would be something hilarious about Arsenal coming second
fun
again. Coming second to Unai Emery's Aston Villa. Harry, would that be the bleakest? Would that be the bleakest thing for an Arsenal fan?
I think that would be my worst nightmare. And I'll tell you why. Because, look, I rate Unai Emery as a coach, okay? I think he's had a really good career. I think what he's done at Aston Villa is remarkable. And if you go back just a few short months, I was wondering whether he was going to last the season at Aston Villa. Honestly, I thought they missed out on the Champions League last year. They weren't able to spend in the way they would have wanted. And it felt like that project had taken a bit of a hit. And he's managed to turn it around and put them on this incredible run. I think it's a 10-game run that they're on at the moment, where they're taking maximum points, and they've managed to play their way into contention. You can say that they won't have what's necessary to last the distance, but the fact that they've done what they've done means they're deserving of a place in this conversation. I think the problem with the Unai Emery and Arsenal narrative is that a lot of people often look at it and they go, well, Arsenal maybe should have stuck with Unai Emery, and if they did, they might have had success sooner. I completely disagree with that. Unai Emery was not the right manager for Arsenal at that time. We needed to clear out the deadwood. We needed to go again. We needed a major reset. And Unai Emery, I don't think is that type of manager in terms of, coming in and ruffling feathers. I felt at times he was trying to keep certain people happy when he shouldn't have been. But on top of that, I just think, he never had the power at Arsenal that Mikel Arteta has or had. And for that reason, he was never going to succeed in the way that we all hoped he did. But just because people say that Unai Emery is a good manager, which he absolutely is, it doesn't mean he was the right fit for Arsenal at that time and that we made a mistake moving him on when we did. He had to go at that point. Arsenal had hit a real low.
Good stuff, Harry. Enjoy the game.
Thank you, Harry.
Thanks, guys. All the best.
Yeah.
Have you seen me there?
He's a nice man, isn't he?
And Osman is a nice man, yeah,
He's a
6'2",
nice
huh?
man.
Coming next, it is the quarter-final first leg of How Tall Are They? Tim Vine versus Nigel Adderley.
Hello.
It is the quarter-final stage of How Tall Are They? If you remember last week, Graham the Judge Courtney went away to just normal person Richard Guy Bristow and comfortably won 2-0.
Guilty.
The Judge with 1 foot in the semi-final. But who might he meet? It could be the winner of this contest. At home today, it's Tim Vine.
I'm in love with her.
And I'm Tim Vine.
TV's Tim Vine. From the Wheel Christmas Special. And the Great Pottery Throwdown.
I'm in love with him and he's Tim Vine. Welcome, Tim.
Hello, chaps. Happy Christmas, so I can still say that.
Yeah, you can still
Happy
say
Christmas.
that. Say what you like,
You can
Tim.
still say it these days. Some people say you can't say it anymore. You definitely can say it, Tim.
You're allowed to say it.
I've had a great time. My sister gave me one of those. I've been trying to put it up in the kitchen actually. One of those clocks that every hour it does a garden bird.
Oh, lovely. They're good. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. In the moment, it's 8 minutes to blue tick. Yeah, it's great. It's a fantastic.
Yeah,
thing.
That's nice.
Tim Vine. Is
You
up.
do get
This
sick
is-
of it quite soon, though, don't you? When I said to this class, I've just got engaged to an owl. No, I said to this owl. Anyway, the punchline's you twit to who? That was it. Yeah. Sorry, I've done that gig for a while. Anyway, look.
It's a bit IKEA, that, Tim. You gave us the bits, and then you said make it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's the new way of doing it, really. Just and he was holding a carrot. There we are. That's a punchline. You make that funny.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah.
Big game today because you're at home to Love to Nigel Adderley.
Love to Nigel.
Over Adderley! Love to Nigel. Adderley! 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 Oh, not Nigel. Nigel will be.
Hey, Nigel.
Nigel will be high on
Morning,
a
guys.
Chesham United win yesterday.
Fantastic. 1-0 against Hemel. Doesn't get any better than that.
Doesn't get any bigger than that.
It doesn't get bigger than that. Apart from How Tall Are They? Tim Vine versus Nigel Adderley. Should we get on with it, gents?
get
Are you
on
both
with it.
ready?
I think so. Mind you, if you're talking about something not getting bigger than that, it was 0-0 Sutton United Aldershot yesterday. That was a glamour
They're
time.
struggling. They're getting relegated. They're going to the National League South, Tim.
Don't talk about Aldershot like that.
Yeah. All right, let's play, guys. Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, it is a Bazball special after that enormous victory. It means the Ashes are still alive. So we start with you, Tim Vine. It's puns, so you might not understand it, Tim, but good luck.
Yeah. Sort of wordplay, Tim. It's sort of
wordplay. Yeah. See
I'm
what
just
you can
looking that
do.
up now.
Yeah. Just focus and we'll help you out with it.
Thank you.
Tim Vine, how tall is... It's a Bazball special. Kenny Wackett. How tall is Kenny Wackett / Kenny Jackett? How tall is Kenny Jackett, Tim Vine?
Kenny Jackett, the boxer.
No, Kenny Jackett, the football manager.
He's always manager of Watford 10 years ago.
Oh, sorry,
Millwall,
right,
he
I
was
was
manager of
thinking
Millwall for a long time.
Millwall, yeah.
I'm thinking of another jacket, yeah. Gary Jacket, something. Anyway, I think he's 5'8".
5'8". Nigel Adderley, love to Nigel.
Love to Nigel.
I have interviewed Kenny Jackett on many occasions.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Cheat.
he's not the
Insider trading.
tallest.
Not the tallest.
And I think Tim's gone close, but I'm going to say 5'9".
5'11". Man mountain,
both
Kenny
wrong.
Wackett. Still 0-0. Still 0-0.
And it's Nigel Adderley. We come to you next. Noosa Dembele.
Noosa Dembele,
That's where they went on the pints,
holiday,
wasn't it? On holiday. Noosa Dembele.
6 foot.
6 foot tall. Tim Vine.
I've interviewed Noosa Dembele many times. I think Nigel's gone close. I'm going 6'1".
Yes! You're in here! Vine, he's good to me, you know.
Release the tapes. I can't wait to see Tim Vine sits down with Moussa Dembele again for another long chat.
I can't believe he's nicking my best stuff.
He's doing your best gear, Nige. Love to Nigel. Love to
Okay, Tim Vine, 1-0 up.
Yes.
How tall is Arne Slog? Arne Slog. How tall is Arne Slot?
Oh, gosh. Sounds like you've just... That's a heck of a name, that Arne Slog, isn't it? It sounds like someone walking through a deep puddle. Arne Slog. I'm going to say listen, if he's a footballer, he's in sports, so he's going to be tall. I'm going 6'1" again.
6'1" again. Love to Nigel. Nigel Adderley.
Love to Nigel.
5'11".
6'1".
I'm in love with it. Tim Vine.
Look at this. Absolutely enormous. It's a tough place to go, Nigel.
Really is.
Tim Vine away is a very difficult place to go. But if you can get out with a 2-1, maybe you've got a chance in the second leg. Here we go. 2-0 to Tim Vine.
Ty says, Tim Vine seems to have a knack for these one-liner of jokes. Maybe you should think about it. Career of it. Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Right, I didn't think about it, Tim. Could help you out.
Who is it? Nigel Adley. Love to Nigel.
Yes, love to Nigel.
David Dunn in 2 days. David Dunn in 2 days. How tall is David Dunn? Nigel Adley. Love to Nigel.
5'10".
5'10". Tim Vine from the television.
Yeah, I think low centre of gravity, 5'9".
5'10". Oh, game's alive.
Adelaide. Love to Nigel. Adelaide.
Okay, 2-1. That's really good. Happy birthday to David Dunn, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday, David.
Happy birthday, David Dunn.
Not birthday spring.
Okay, so 2-1 to Tim Vine. So this is huge, this final height. How tall, Tim, is MC Genie Wijnaldum? MC Genie Wijnaldum. How tall is Genie Wijnaldum?
Is he an actual genie?
Yes, he is, yeah.
It's busy this time of year.
If he lives in a
Very
bottle,
busy
it's
this
very
It is.
short.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Genie Wijnaldum, I'm just going to go for a plumb 6 foot.
6 foot. Love to Nigel. Nigel Adley.
Love to Nigel.
6'1".
Oh, 5'9".
Doesn't feel right.
Which means...
doesn't feel right. Right, but there we are. Maybe I'm sure it is.
Feels right.
Sure,
No,
it's
I
been
think so.
checked.
Yeah, I think it's been checked. We don't know. We don't always get the heights right. That is an issue with this game.
I've noticed that.
But look,
It's one of the holes
Tim,
in the game.
Tim,
fans of the
a
format,
2-1, a
noticed.
slender. You've got to take a slender 2-1 lead to Nigel Adderley away to Adderley in maybe 4 weeks' time. How are you feeling?
I'm looking forward to it. I think I've actually found something I'm good at here.
All right. Okay. Sounds
Yeah,
confident.
it doesn't pay great, does it, Tim? If we're being honest.
It's not. No. But I'm going to leave my house, and
that's
it
true.
takes about 4 minutes to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, perfect. What else do you want in a job? Unpaid height guessing once every 3 months.
Can I recommend
it's the
something else?
dream.
Can I recommend something else? You don't have to leave your house, and it only takes about 4 minutes.
Oh,
No,
come on,
let's move
Charlie.
on.
Tim's better than that. Nigel, 2-1. Love to Nigel, 2-1 down, but you'll take that.
I will definitely take it. Tim was on top form there, and I thought he was going to blow me away, but fortunately, I'm in the tie.
Love to Nigel.
You're in the tie. So there we go.
Love to
Final
Nigel.
score, Tim Vine 2, Love to Nigel Adderley 1. That follows Graham Courtney's 2-0 victory at Richard Guy Bristow. Next week, Kwaku Afari versus Lars Siverton, and then Adrian Clark versus Perry Groves. It's an elite quarter-final lineup.
It's top level.
In How Tall Are They? Your reaction in just a second.
Hamilton, now at Ferrari, dares to dream of a record 8th F1 world title. The Tifosi will be hoping the Brits can bring glory back to Italy. To many, Ferrari and Formula One are inseparable. They're the only team in the sport today to have competed in the first World Championship in 1950, are the most successful team in history, and have built some absolutely gorgeous cars. Their first driver's title was won in 1952 by Alberto Ascari. Considered one of F1's most dominant and best-loved champions, he drove the iconic Ferrari 500 and defended his title the year after. It was Juan Manuel Fangio in his Ferrari 250 who secured the team's next driver's title in 1956. Remember, he was world champion 5 times with 4 different teams. Mike Hawthorne, Phil Hill and John Surtees also won titles for Ferrari in the 50s and 60s, and the cars back then were beautiful, and they even sounded great, didn't they? Anyway, Ferrari went 11 years without winning a title until Niki Lauda won in 1975 in the iconic 312T. Throughout much of the 80s and 90s, though, Ferrari looked like they'd never go all the way again. Le Professeur Alain Prost came pretty close in 1990, but lost out to his bitter rival and former teammate at McLaren, Ayrton Senna. It was only when John Todt recruited a swathe of staff from outside of Italy, including Michael Schumacher, that the glory days returned 21 years after their last driver's title. The turn of the century saw the prancing horse sprint to an unprecedented 5 consecutive championship doubles. And after Schumacher left, Kimi Raikkonen reclaimed the driver's title immediately. But despite employing 1,500 people, the Iceman remains the last Ferrari world champion. So, 16 constructors' titles, 7 more than McLaren, and 15 drivers' titles, 4 more than, again, McLaren. Ferrari are truly Formula One's top team. Forza Ferrari.
Morning all, it is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you till 11, brought to you with the good people of Travis Perkins, doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. The curator of the MCG pitch is having to host an emergency press conference to apologise for leaving the grass too long tomorrow. It's a mad thing to happen. This is from Simon in Reading. It says the MCG creator could sing the Jim Diamond song "I Should Have Known Better."
Oh, that's a good song. Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Really good. If he just
should have known better. That one.
Yeah, he just just should belt that out, shouldn't he? Anyway, thank you.
Does he
Simon.
not get? I'm sure the curator gets like told what they want, no, and that sort of thing. The team say what they like.
We did get a serious one. Here we go. This is a text that says the Australian curators do use specific grass types in pitch preparation.
Okay.
They have to factor in heat stress, wear tolerance, and how fast it grows. So ryegrass or Bermuda might be used there. The ACB, Australia Cricket Australia, would also have a say in pitch preparation along with the team.
Yeah, it's not just
so it's not all on the curator.
He's the fool guy.
Just blame.
Yeah. He's the fool guy. Don't turn up to that. I wouldn't turn up to that.
You wouldn't turn up?
No, if I was him. Don't turn up, mate.
Special curators press conference. Should have known better.
Should have known better.
Time now to look ahead to today's action with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
I don't know.
Welcome, Lars Siverton.
Oh, some incredible harmonies there. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thanks so much.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
To you,
So many games today, Lars. So let's get into it. 12:30 kickoff. Forest, City can go top. If they win, how do you see it?
I think they will. I mean, without keeping it brief, but like, let's talk about City. Is this the most fun they've been to watch in like however long? I don't remember, just as a neutral, someone without real skin in the game, aside from, I mean, my slight affiliation to the striker up front. I don't remember looking forward to watching a City as much as I'm doing now. Like, I'm not a fan of any of the teams, but I really like this game. I'm ready for it. I want to sit down in the sofa and watch it. It's going to be tremendous.
What is that? Is that Cherky? Is that Reinders? What's making you like City more?
Quite a bit of it is Cherky, isn't it? Like, it's been so fun to watch him settle in. Like, we had that injury early on in the season, but after he's come back, you know, he's an interesting one, Cherky, because he's been on the radar for top clubs for a very long time. And he was 16, really. But it was clear that his skills were unbelievable. But it took him a while to mature as a player. And it was a couple of years when we were just kind of waiting for him to have his big breakthrough. And I think a few people were surprised when he went as high as Man City, when he eventually moved away from Lyon. A lot of people thought maybe he needs to take a middle step on the way to one of these very, very big clubs. But he has looked right at home. Like, and he adds a little bit of chaos. He adds a little bit of anarchy and individualism to that team. I think when they've been at their most dominant under Guardiola, when they've racked up like 100-point seasons, sometimes it's been a kind of sterile domination, a lot of short passes and just sort of stuff that's impressive, but maybe not that much fun to watch every week. They don't have that level of control now, which is why you sometimes get crazy games like the Fulham one. But it is a lot of fun to watch. It's tremendous.
I don't know if there's anything in this as well. I don't know how many Arsenal supporting friends you've got, Lars or Max. I've got quite a lot of Arsenal supporting friends.
They're everywhere.
I like them all. They're very nice.
Yeah.
I like Arsenal as a football club. I like them as a team. But there is something really fun in if they don't win the league. I don't know why that is.
They come second again.
No, they come second again. I don't know if that's why it's fun now to watch Man City. Like, oh, come on, Man City. Someone chase that. I don't know. There's just something fun in it.
Yeah, I look forward to reading out the tweets that are coming your way.
I don't care about those. But there's just something in that is fun. I don't know if there's a
listener feedback section for the rest of the show. Absolutely sorted. Yeah.
Anyway, Arsenal v Brighton. Tell me about Arsenal v Brighton.
I actually have quite a lot of Arsenal supporting friends, and a lot of them are very good people. And after the sort of agony of coming second a couple of times in a row, there's part of me that kind of hopes they do it. I know what you mean, Charlie, but you know they've finished second a lot of times now, and I feel like I'm turning into the sort of, do you remember from the second Gulf War, the sort of Iraqi information minister?
All right.
I'm the guy who's like going, "There's no Arsenal blip, everything is fine, don't worry." And then you've got like Victor Gyökeres missing an open goal right behind me. But no, because I actually think, listen, they've had a couple of awkward games now against Wolves, Everton, and then Crystal Palace in the League Cup as well. I just think they played okay, and like they're not conceding a lot of chances. They're creating. I know that they actually needed some fine margins to actually get the victories, but I just think the performances are not so bad. But I do wonder if this sort of the psychology of the situation is starting to creep in a little bit. The fact that you have a squad who know they've almost made it, but not quite, a couple of times now. Whereas you've got City, who there's so many guys in that team who've done it before, and they're just kind of cruising up behind them in a very menacing way. I have noticed there's a bit of angst in the Arsenal discourse at the minute. Angst in the discourse. It's the band
Great
Panic
band.
that Disco could have been if they didn't go out that much. Like if Panic at the Disco mostly stayed at home and wrote Facebook messages and comments, there'd be angst in the discourse. Yeah.
Great shout.
Joe, listening in Chichester on the radio. He's listening to the radio. Excellent.
Nice.
He says, Lars can't come on and tease with slight affiliations to unnamed strikers. Tell us, Lars. Say what you mean. If you're being curtailed by the talkSPORT suits, then blink twice, says Joe. Ryan, the Arsenal fan, says, I hope Torquay United get wiped off the face of the earth.
Okay.
Well,
now,
in many ways, I do, Ryan, if I'm honest. Then I don't have to worry about it anymore.
It is the kind of understated response I was expecting to that sort of comment by Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah, the neutral's choice now is surely Aston Villa to come first and Arsenal to come second. They got a Chelsea today, which is a fascinating game, actually.
Yeah, and it is, I've sat here so many times talking about how the numbers don't make any sense. We don't need to say it anymore. I think we're at the stage of this now where it doesn't quite make sense. Let's just embrace it. Let's just embrace it and enjoy it. Like, none of the sort of number of shots for and against and XG and all that, none of that suggests that Aston Villa should be third, but there they are. And it seems like every game, it feels like almost every Aston Villa game I watch is like quite an even game that feels like it could go one way or the other. And then Morgan Rogers scores a banger and Aston Villa win. And that seems to be every week. And it's supposed to even out.
Morgan Rogers. I mean, we've got Declan Rice, Saka, Morgan Rogers and Harry Kane. Who are going
to make the quarter-final defeat even worse.
Four of the best seasons in the whole of Europe. They're incredible players.
And so the interesting thing is, when Thomas Tuchel dropped Jude Bellingham and started Rogers, that felt like, at the time, it kind of felt like he was just sending a message.
Yeah.
Well, it felt like he was sending a message. And with all due respect to Jude Bellingham, who is an incredible footballer, I just think like on the absolute tear that Morgan Rogers is on now, like if that's going to continue on to the summer, I think you're going to have to start him, don't you?
Oh, I agree. Look, it's fascinating. Look, you probably watch more Real Madrid than most people listening, Lars. So are probably in a better position to be like, it's not a question of who's the better player. It's a question of who is playing the better football and fits into the Tuchel system come June, isn't it? That's the question.
Yeah, and I think it becomes, I mean, when you have this sort of incredible luxury of options, I mean, we're going to be talking about this so much towards the summer, but like there's also Cole Palmer and Phil Foden who can play in that position. I was like, it's hard to work out. I think it comes down to a little bit what Tuchel prefers in terms of his system, in terms of the work off the ball, in terms of, I think Tuchel really values as well how people fit into the group and how they carry themselves. So when you have so many talented players, you can pick from these sort of things instead. And the fact that Rodgers is in and has played well for England and is now playing unbelievably, like pretty much every week for Villa, it's hard to look away from that.
Liverpool Wolves today, and it's going to be, I mean, it puts everything to perspective. I know people say that a lot and it's an easy thing to say, but I really mean it. When, Diogo Jota's boys are going to be walking out as mascots before this game, and both clubs, of course, incredibly affected by what happened. We've talked about it a lot with reference to Liverpool, actually. It's sort of, I don't really have a question, Lars, apart from I just thought it was really worth mentioning the bravery they'll show to walk out on that pitch is impossible to imagine, isn't it?
No, of course. And it's also something that I've really, when we're doing these things, I've kind of shied away from talking about it because I'm not a grief counsellor. That's not something I know anything about. But you're right in saying that we should always bear it in mind, and maybe some of us, and myself included, could have done more to actually have that as a caveat when we've been talking about the seasons that Liverpool and Wolves have had so far. Liverpool more so, of course, but the way that will affect former teammates, it has to affect them. But again, it's so far outside my area of expertise that I can't really say too much about it.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I mean, I've given Liverpool a complete pass, and some people have said, "Oh, you can't do that because how do the new players didn't know him or whatever." But I just think you just can't you can't quantify it. And I agree, like none of us are grief counsellors. Doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about these things, but like you're right. When your job is to analyse football, you still have to analyse the football. And so then you go, okay, putting that to one side, and it feels so insincere to ever end that conversation to then move on to a football match, because it is so meaningless when you put it that way. So I think you make a really good point.
It's a fair point, but it's actually like you see it come to the surface occasionally, like in the interview Andy Robertson gave after qualifying for the World Cup. I mean, he brought up, the fact that this is one of those moments you'd want to share, and which I thought was an extraordinary human moment, and it is something that makes total sense. I mean, you would, when you experience positive, happy things in your life, you would turn to your mate. And that's what you do when you experience either very, very good things or very, very bad things. You turn to the people you care about. And having just this gaping hole where there used to be one of your closest friends, I mean, that must be horrendous. So, of course, that's affected everyone. And
actually, me and Charlie, both Euros finals, I think, that England got in, have got people, have sort of opened the phone lines for, who isn't there with you. And has been some of the most like really incredibly moving stories that we've had from so many people, especially the first final, because it was, it'd been so long since England got to a final, and so many people had, their inspiration for loving sport was no longer there, of course. And this is very different because it's such a tragedy of such a young guy, and it's important we remember it. They will do an amazing job there, and like credit to those boys for going out there and walking onto that pitch, because that must
also Lars, to talk about the football, Wolves, terrible season, can't see it turning round. Can you see how they get anything in the next 6 months?
It's one of those where when the season started and then the first sort of 10 games, I didn't think they were actually that bad. I thought they were creating some chances, they were getting a few things go against them. But this is the thing about football. They're like the opposite of Aston Villa. Like Aston Villa have had so many tight games just about pivot in their favor that they must feel invincible, like in that dressing room. When you're a Villa player and you go onto the pitch now, you've seen so many times this season that games that could go either way, and then somehow you manage to, and then you feel this will happen every time. And I'm as any regular listener to this show will know, I'm slightly obsessed with numbers because I like things I can quantify. The thing that we can't quantify that I also really believe in is confidence. Like the confidence is so important, like in everything we do in life. And whatever was, a couple of months ago, I thought there's stuff that you can salvage from this Wolves team. There's stuff that's actually not terrible that's going on here that they could make work. But now they've lost so many games, and it must be eating at them. It must completely get at them. I was speaking fairly recently to a former footballer who had one of these really bad runs where you just can't do anything right. And that starts to eat at you again. I mean, that was sounding too flippant because we just talked about something very serious. But when you're a professional sportsman, you're not just defining yourself as a regular human being. You're completely defining yourself by your job. So when that job isn't going well, and it's not going well in front of the whole world, that is not an easy thing to deal with psychologically, I think. And it must be a tough spot for them to be in.
And to end really, on 2 points would be, I mean, no one's going to beat that. No one's going to beat that record ever, are they? They end on 2 points.
Maybe there's some kind of freedom in the fact that this season is now a complete write-off. Like no one's expecting anything from them, so you can just know they're not battling relegation. They're not like everyone knows they're going down. They can actually, in a bizarre way, maybe that takes some weight off the shoulders. Maybe they can go into these games with they definitely don't have anything to lose, and they can be some sort of comfort in that, I guess.
All right, good stuff, Lars. Always nice to chat.
Lars.
Anytime, guys.
Lars Sivertson there. That was a look ahead to today's action with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
26k for 2026 on talkSPORT.
Yes, at talkSPORT, we're welcoming the new year by giving away £26,000. What better way to kick off 2026 than with the chance to win some serious cash? 26 grand. It's our biggest New Year cash giveaway. It could be yours. 26k for 2026. Here's Charlie Baker with how to enter.
For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call 0343 423 9761. Lines close at 12 p.m, 9th of January 2026, and that's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. UK residents only 18 plus. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com/win. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now. Good luck.
Yes, good luck. Let's do a bit more on the first game of the day. Game Day comes live from the City Ground. Nottingham Forest versus Manchester City. The chief Manchester City writer for the Manchester Evening News is Simon Bikovsky, friend of the show. Hey, Simon.
Hi, Simon.
Hi, how are we both?
Yeah, all right. Pretty good. Yeah.
I keep using the word ominous, Simon, about Man City. I don't think I use it about any other football team.
Yeah, and you shouldn't really, because it's a new team. There's loads of signings and different players, but when you've got a manager who's been here 10 years and whose idea of a fantastic Christmas day is standing over the scales while all his players are weighed, I think that is pretty ominous.
I think you're probably right. And it's interesting is that Donnarumma's interesting, because I think when he was signed, there was a lot of, what's this? He's a dirty big boot keeper. This isn't very Pep. This is a panic signing. But obviously, when you read too much into, they've just signed a really, really good goalkeeper.
Yeah, he had a terrific start. He had a few shaky games, but then he's come back. What was interesting is that 4 yellows in his first 10 games, 3 of those for dissent, which is about as Italian as you can get. But he's kind of calmed down and settled down and stopped just shouting at the referee on every occasion. And yeah, when you've got him who is 6'4" at one end and you've got Erling Haaland at the other end, it's quite a task for opposition teams to get the better of at both ends, I'd say.
Yeah, it's very Division 4. You want a massive striker, massive keeper. That's
bookends, big bookends.
You want big bookends. Yeah. Does Pep? I feel like Pep has fanned the flames of the talk of him leaving, because it gives them something to win for. If it's his final season, it gives them something extra that he can. Even if he's not, but he can lean on it. Do you agree, Simon? I'm sure you know the ins and outs of that.
It's tough because he's really enjoying this season. Like, he looked absolutely gone last year, and I think even he was surprised that he signed a contract extension last year. But he kind of signed up for 2 years when no one was expecting it, and he's really enjoying it with this new team and learning, and he's got loads of energy, and that might be because he knows that he's off at the end of the season, so he's got, he knows how much energy he has left to give. But on the other hand, sort of, he's really enjoying taking this younger team and potentially turning them into title winners. And, I'm sure every person who is like Pep or Fergie or anyone like that, they want to go out on a high, don't they? So if City manage to reel Arsenal in and win the league, then maybe he thinks, yeah, this is my exit. But at the same time, he's a guy who's addicted to winning. And when you see him sort of shouting at the players after they've just won 3-0 and he's storming onto the pitch to tell them they should have been better positionally for a corner, then you think this is a guy who's just addicted to the game and can't get away from it. And that's why he's still here after 10 years. And that's why he could go on for 11, 12 more.
I presume you haven't, because you'd report it, but do you know any more about the charges? I feel like no one's said it for about 3 months. There was a time when we thought, this is going to happen, and we're like, it's going to happen. Yeah. And then you're like, you must be sitting there going, just don't happen on a Sunday afternoon. Don't happen when I've got, some plans. Don't happen in the summer. But it is all. It's so odd that it just eventually, because people have said it so much, you just kind of forget about it.
Yeah, it'd be great if everyone had just opened them on Christmas Day, wouldn't they? Just sort of, what's this present? Oh, it's the charges. That would have been fantastic. No idea. It's been described as imminent since March. So I'm not sure what more can be done. It's silly that it's got to this situation. City released their annual report a few weeks ago, and that said there's not been a decision, which is just daft because it's been ages, and everyone wants it out the way so we can know what's going forward and still remember what the actual charges were and things like that. We're all going to need kind of a refresher course by the time the charges are actually announced. So no is the short answer. I have absolutely no idea. It'd be a great exclusive if I just popped on and told you that.
Yeah,
but,
it'd
no.
be amazing.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing for us.
Yeah, it'd be really good for us. Although we'd have to react to it, and then we'd have to read it in the break, Charlie. So probably we don't want it.
Yeah.
We don't want it on our show. Well, enjoy the game, Simon. Thanks for coming on, as always.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Simon Bikovsky there, who is the chief Manchester City writer for the Manchester Evening News. Stuart Pierce will come on in a bit, so we'll do some Forest with him just for balance, and because we love Stuart Pierce, of course. He'll be on a second. There's always time for time difference too. Morning all, it is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you until 11. Always time for Time Difference coming up in about 15 minutes time. All of this brought to you with the good people of Travis Perkins. What Australia could have done with his dibbly-dobbly medium pace on that wicket. Bowling Trav. Doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Here's a text. Liverpool fan on our way from Pontefract to Anfield with 6-year-old my son Parker for his first game, hoping for a win. His brother got a shout-out. He's been asking for one too. We don't do shout-outs.
No shout-out for Parker.
So we cannot give Parker a shout-out.
I mean, have a great day, Parker, and I hope you enjoy the football, but we do not do shout-outs.
We don't do shout-outs on this show. Absolutely not. What we do is talk to England and Nottingham Forest legends. And Stuart Pierce is with us at the City Ground right now. Hey, Stuart. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, gentlemen. How are we?
Yeah, very good. Thanks,
good.
Stuart.
Apparently, you were just chatting to Sean Dyche. Were you saying you're going to get it? You're going to get it launched, Sean? What were you saying?
No, he's going to play through the thirds as he normally does. It's just beautiful. As I say, it was nice to see a few of the old boys. Obviously, Stoney and Woney are on the on the staff as well with him, so it was nice to bump into a few of them. So, had a good little chat.
You need to find
none of it
you need to find a
consisted of
player.
football.
You need to find a player called Wearsey. And Piercy and Wearsey could be on as well.
That could be quite nice. I think he'd be like a Czech international, maybe Wearsey these days.
He could. Even him be lovely.
It could be. Did Stoney and Woney back in the day do cabaret for the rest of the team?
They were like Hoddle and Waddle. They'd done a version of Diamond Lights, but it wasn't as good.
They'd be great ugly sisters. Be great ugly sisters at Nottingham Playhouse. Panto.
I think you'll find there's 3 of those ugly sisters. You can throw the manager into that as well.
Widow Twanky. Sean Dyche's Widow Twanky.
Sean Dyche's Widow Twanky. Come on, let's make it happen.
It's a job, by the way. Okay. He's
I
behind
could
me.
be their buttons, to be fair. So at least I've got
great buttons, Stuart.
a little bit of thatch on my head.
Oh, come on. A Nottingham Forest 90s panto. That's what we need. So listen, we've done quite a lot of Man City today, so let's do a bit of Forest, Stuart. Look, they had a great... Was their last home game the Spurs win? Spurs were not really there, but it was still a brilliant win. And Sean Dyche has done a great job, as everyone kind of expected he would.
Yeah, as I say, you expected him to come in here. It was a homecoming for Dyche and the boys, and I think it's a work in progress with them. They've had some good results on the way, but he's thumbing for that little bit of consistency, don't grab a great result like going to Liverpool and winning 3-0 and beat Tottenham at home, but back that up when you go to Fulham in the next game with another result and another. So, but listen, he's doing some good things here. The crowd are right behind him, which is really good. And today's quite a poignant one. I don't know if you're going to mention about John Robertson passing away a couple of days ago, which... When I signed here back in '85, John signed again that summer, coming back from Derby, and just brilliant. The most popular player ever to play for this football club. So it'll be quite an emotional day for a lot of the fans, and myself included.
Sure, yeah, a great player, but wonderful man, right? And so inextricably linked to Forest for so long.
Well, those 2 European Cup performances, 1 assist and 1 goal were, cemented him in popularity, let alone what he stood for as a bloke. I mean, I remember my first pre-season, we were down at Devon, I think, and John signed and come and joined us down there, and he walked through the door with his desert boots on and a toothbrush in his back pocket, and I don't think he had boots for that first 2 weeks away pre-season. He just walked in and was himself, just brilliant.
Yeah. Lovely stuff. Well, thanks for coming on, Stuart. As always, Stuart. Chat again soon.
Pleasure. Take care.
Stuart Pierce there. They'll be wonderful. Obviously, they will commemorate his life. What an absolute legend that football club John Rumberson was. And Rushden taking over from 11 after time difference. Before that, let's look at the latest odds ahead of today's action with William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing. New from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
I need somebody.
Phelps. I've forgotten. Phelps. It's good fun because you don't know if it's going to come in, and then you could be doing it on your own. Hey, Lee, you good?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Maybe leaving the first help is better, actually, rather than coming in late and just let that breathe. And then
let it breathe.
Yeah, maybe that's the way forward.
Thank you, Lee. I appreciate it.
Final one standing. How many left?
319 went through to the latest round. This is in the original and the biggest game, the 500k game.
Yeah,
2 went through. 2 picked Man United. So we go again for definite. Whatever happens between now and tomorrow, 2 definitely go through to the round 19. Unbelievably, 51% have picked Sunderland. 20% have gone West Ham, 18% Burnley. No one's gone Wolves, and everyone must have Wolves. No one's gone Wolves. Remember we spoke to Stuart, who's...
Is that the hole in the format, though, Lee? Because eventually won't everyone have to choose Wolves?
Yeah, but, I mean, not every season you get a team like Wolves, though, do you? I guess.
No.
So
everyone's back in. We changed the rules. Everyone's back in. We're all back in.
That won't happen. The talkSPORT League, we talked to Stuart, didn't we, last week, I think it was. He's still in. 3 players left in the talkSPORT League, which is at $5,000 to the winner. One's gone Everton, one's gone Burnley, one's gone Sunderland. We've got 5 left in it. There's a £20,000 pot, which started in game week 5 of the Premier League. 5 left in there. 4 have gone Everton, 1 have gone Sunderland. It feels like one of these has got to go this weekend, surely. Yeah, so really looking forward to seeing how the results pan out over the next couple of days.
Lots of Premier League action. What have you got for us?
Yeah, there's an epic boost on the Forest City game. City are odds on 4-7 to win that game, not surprisingly. Forest 4-1, 16-5 the draw. But the epic boost is Haaland to score in the match. Even money, boosted from 8 to 15. He's got 19 in 17 Premier League games. You get impact sub on that as well. So if he does go off without scoring, whoever comes on to replace him carries your bet on. Stake limits apply to that one. But yeah, I expect City to go top for a little while, because Arsenal obviously playing at 3 o'clock, aren't they, against Brighton at home. So we've got free ACCA for your football today when you place one. Opt in to use it. You've got Arsenal at home. You've got Brentford at home against Bournemouth. Should win that. Liverpool at home to Wolves, obviously should win. The William Hill Scottish Premiership and the rest of the SPFL. We've got Hearts, Celtic, Rangers all in action. So I think there's a few there for an ACCA today on the matches. And then obviously Chelsea Villa later on, which is a fascinating game, isn't it?
Great game. Loads of great games today,
Yeah, Villa are 3-1, which I know a lot of people have said to me, like, how are they 3-1 at Chelsea where they're the form side? Villa to win and both teams to score, incidentally, is 6-1. We've got another epic boost on that match. It's Chelsea to score first. And at first you might think, Villa are the form team, but that stat has landed in every single Chelsea home game in all competitions since they drew 0-0 with Palace in the first game of the season in August.
Villa have the form player in the league, don't they?
Yes, yeah. But they tend to come back as well. They tend to concede first on the road. And they've conceded first in the last 5 away Premier League games, but they've come back and won 4 of them. So I like Villa there. We've got loads of racing as well over this period, of course. We've got William Hill sponsored card at Wetherby. We've got great racing at Chepstow, including the Welsh Grand National, Kempton, Leopardstown. The epic boost, by the way, in racing is at Leopardstown. Dual Cheltenham Festival winner and this year's champion chase winner, Marine Nationale, is even money from 8 to 13 to finish in the front 2. And the 112 at Leopardstown. You've got a bet and get on racing as well. So if you have a bet on any of the great racing, you get a free one to use. Just opt into that. And finally, darts is back. Epic boost. 4 epic boosts today. 2 on the footy, 1 on the racing, and 1 on the darts. This has landed both times so far. We've done it in the World Championships. Luke Littler, over 180 in set 1. Boosted out to even money as well. So, like I say, landed 2 out of 2 in the World Championships, and
I was
great to watch.
upset our 70-year-old went out.
Yeah. Paul Lim,
Tough draw, though, isn't it? Tough draw to face him in the second round.
And then Gerwyn Price as well. And, I'm not an expert, but he definitely said, I'm going to win this, definitely going to win it.
Yeah, he was the worst result for us in the whole book. Was him winning the World Championship. So
really?
Closely followed by Michael van Gerwen. So it's an interesting result. We didn't expect it, obviously. So
Littler's still favourite.
Yes, yeah, strong favourite, and he's like such a short price to win today. Last game on the programme, but it's very short. Trying to find any value in Luke Littler.
I read today that Littler, as a kid, had his eyes fixed, and I thought, what did they fix them with? Because he's super amazing at darts. So is that like his origin story?
Well, I have better than 20/20 vision. I have 10/10 vision. I think it's 10/10 vision. I could be a fighter pilot, although I don't like flying, particularly or war. So I've decided not to do it.
Just a normal.
I haven't
Right.
I haven't had them checked for ages.
Right.
But I did an eye test for an uninteresting local radio report, and they went, your vision is better than when they say, what are the little letters? 200 miles away.
So, but littler, what do they put in
so
there?
maybe he's got the same.
Amazing at darts.
He's got 10-10 vision. That's what it is.
Too late to take up darts?
He's good at double tens. That is his.
There you go. There you go.
Nice.
Is it too late for me to take up? Well, I mean, it's an interesting question, is it? Because I've taken it up already.
Yeah.
You know, I have thrown
and yet
darts.
not naturally good at it, or couldn't do the maths.
I was okay. I was okay, but I just had other interests.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
I'm not saying I could have made it.
Sure.
But I don't think I could have done. But it wasn't really.
Sounding a little bit, I had trials at the moment.
No, I didn't have trials. I played a lot when I was 20, and that was it. Okay. But no, I'm not very good at it. But thanks for asking. Thanks, Lee.
Yeah,
have a good
thank
day.
you. Lovely chat.
Nice chat. It really was a nice chat. Always is. That was the latest odds brought to you by Final One Standing. New from William Hill. Terms and conditions apply. 18+. Gambleaware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing. New from William Hill. 18+. Gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, it's me. There we are, Charlie. Why are you pointing at me? Why are you pointing at me?
You're the host of the show. I will be the host of the show.
We're both
2 till
we're
6.
both the hosts.
Okay,
We're both
sure. I
the
could have
hosts
picked
of the
up,
show.
but you normally pick up. That's
Yeah.
2 till
I
6
do normally
Virgin
pick up.
Radio, though. If you'd like to hear
Well,
me.
I was sending you a message, Charlie. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
2 till
nice.
6 Virgin Radio. I was sending you a message on the WhatsApp group, which is
Game on.
obviously there's always time for time difference. We're
Always,
doing
yeah,
it
yeah,
next. The question is, do I? And don't tell management. Do I jump on the Zoom because I'm walking to the pub to see John, my friend?
That's very
also
talkSPORT, isn't it?
Is it? I mean, they would do an advert for that, wouldn't they? Alan Brazil would
love
get
that,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Off down
Or
the
do I
pub
stay
again,
on
Ray.
mic? Do I stay on mic because I'm
A pro.
A pro.
10
What do you
minutes extra at the 10 minutes extra at the pub. I mean, do you really need it? You've got all day tomorrow because you ain't got your tickets don't work.
So what you're saying, I should stay?
Oh, it's up to you, Max. I don't,
Okay,
you know,
I'll
there's
stay.
much
If you
for much.
can't handle it, if you can't handle it,
I
it's
can
fine. Travis
handle
Perkins
it.
handle
It's not.
So you can't handle it. You can't handle it. Always time for time difference. Graham says 10-10 vision. Imagine what you could have achieved without the plantar fasciitis, Max. You're absolutely right. Am I the greatest living sportsman? That's the question. Anyway, let's go live to the seat next to Charlie, for there's always time for time difference. And here's your host, as always, Reese the Lock. Welcome, Reese.
Good morning, guys.
Don't knock the lock.
Get on with it. Come on.
Let's do it. Let's cut the faff.
Let's cut the faff.
We are going to goals from this week, and you're going to guess the minute in which they were scored. We begin.
That's how it works.
Well, we won't begin. We'll begin with Jeff Peters, who's scoring.
Jeff Peters. Happy Christmas, Jeff.
Compliments of the season to you, amazing people. To let you know that the score this year is Max 24, Charlie 14. Max won last time.
Okay, final one of the year's worth 11, though, so Charlie could win it.
Where's Jeff today? Where are you today, Jeff? Are you commentating at all?
No, I'm actually... I've just had a text saying, can you help me go and... Can you get me out of a bit of a sticky situation? Can you go and DJ at a K-pop event in Birmingham this afternoon? So I think and I've never done that before, so that's going to be an
Jeff K-pop Peters, they call him.
Yeah.
Jeff K-pop. He is the strongest, the world's strongest K-popper is Jeff K-pop.
Bread budgies as well. Lovely, that's good. All you've got to play is Golden. That's all you've got to play, Jeff. Golden. Play that over and over.
I've got Hunter Golden. Someone's going to give me a USB with a load of songs on, and then I'll just have to work it out from there.
What an event. What a day. What a life Jeff Peters has. Let's go.
Let's go to our first goal, and that was from Monday the 22nd. Fulham 1, Forest 0, which was live on talkSPORT. But can you tell me what minute Raul Jimenez scored the game's only goal?
You can remember pre-Christmas. No one.
Max?
Well, my first?
Yeah, why not?
When did he score? It was a penalty, wasn't it?
It was.
61.
Charlie?
51.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Stutters once, twice, and then right-footed, tucks it away!
Was the 45th minute. Over to you, Jeff.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that goal went in first half stoppage time. So Max 16 out, Charlie 6 out. Charlie leads by 10. 4 to go. Game on.
Game on.
Sean is watching on YouTube and says, "Tell Jeff I'll take box number 5. Full on gamble."
What's in there, Jeff? Middle box.
It's no use.
Like catchphrase. Like catchphrase.
Here we go.
You've got to start putting stuff in those, Jeff. People are love
dead
that.
rabbits. What's that about? Anyway, Reese, goal 2. Here we go. Come on, quick game's a good game.
Goal 2. Arsenal 1, Palace 1. Arsenal win on penalties from the Carabao Cup during the week. But can you tell me what minute Mark Gahey equalised for the Eagles?
I can. It was the 68th minute.
Max?
92.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Down on his side, put it in for the equalising goal. 1-1, Mark Gahey.
Love tonight.
The 95th minute.
95th minute. Terrible from Baker.
Over to you, Jeff.
Awful. I wasn't watching.
Yeah, so Max 3 minutes out. 5th minute, and Charlie said 68, so he's 27 out, so he's on to 33. So it's Max who now leads by 14. 3 to go.
14.
Third goal, Boxing Day, Wrexham 5, Sheffield United 3, live on talkSPORT 2. But can you tell me what minute Patrick Bamford opened the scoring?
No, I can't. There you are. He opened scoring, I like Patrick Bamford, grade 7 violin, in the 23rd minute.
Charlie?
Earlier than that. 11th minute.
See how it sounded.
Oaks goal was it in, and it's a brilliant finish. It's
goal.
instinctive
Really
from Patrick Bamford.
It was the 7th minute.
7th minute.
7th minute?
Yeah,
wow, you're back in it.
A great game.
Jeff?
Incredible game. So Max said 23. He's 16 out, on to 35. Charlie said 11. He's 4 minutes out. He's on to 37. The gap is 2. So Max with the lowest score, he is in the lead.
What a game of time difference to end the year.
Sticking with Boxing Day, Man United 1, Newcastle 0, live on talkSPORT. What minute did Patrick Dorgu score?
Who's that for?
That's for Charlie, I believe.
Good goal.
Dorgu scored in the 31st minute.
Max?
24.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Drops for Dorgu, who parries it. Oh, brilliantly! On the volley!
It was the 24th minute.
Whoa.
It's you, Jeff?
So because Max was in the lead, it doesn't make a huge difference. He stays where he is on 35. If Charlie, or whoever is trailing in the quiz, gets a direct hit, it goes back to 0-0. So Charlie is 7 out onto 44. The gap is 9 with 1 to go, and Max is in the lead. So Max goes first.
I don't mind it.
I'll go first. Mark says Jeff Cape's reference. Well done. Thank you so much. It is the strongest K-popper is Jeff K-pop.
Our final goal comes from last Saturday's game between Newcastle and Chelsea. It was a 2-2 draw, live on talkSPORT. But can you tell me what minute João Pedro equalised for Chelsea?
When did João Pedro equalise for Chelsea to make it 2-2?
2-2.
Okay, now let me just think about it. It was a great control with his head, wasn't it? It's an underrated piece of skill, that, from João Pedro. I'm going to say the 67th minute.
Over to you, Charlie.
77th minute.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Pedro's got away from João. João Pedro in the box. João Pedro equalises for Chelsea.
It was the 66th minute.
Well done, Max. Very
So
good.
Max, a minute out.
Get in there, my
Finishes
son.
On 36. Charlie finishes on 55. The final scores, the end of the year, the last one of time difference of this waste of 10 minutes. It's Max 25, Charlie 14. Happy New Year.
Max and I are on the 31st of December, Max, aren't we? So it's an H.
Oh, we're going to squeeze one in there.
It's an H and J, but maybe we'll squeeze one in. Well, let's see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Just having a production chat while the show's still going on.
And a quick spread maybe as well.
And a quick spread maybe.
New Year's Eve. And that New Year's Eve, I'll be doing it. It'll kick off at midnight on New Year's Day.
It'll be next year for Max.
I'll be in the future. Yeah. Thanks, Jeff. Lovely
Thank
stuff.
you, Jeff.
Good luck with the K-pop. And thank you, Reese.
Thank you, Reese.
Really good
Particularly.
stuff. Really excellent. And thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Max.
I had a nice time.
I loved it.
Me too.
I had 2 till 6. Game on. Virgin Radio.
Game on. Oh yeah. What song are you going to kick off with?
I have no idea. I don't choose the songs. They choose them.
Do you not?
I
just
just
press
chat.
a button. Close your eyes. Press a button.
Just chat. Game on.
I reckon it'll be 2 Princes, Spin Doctors, and then it'll be right beside you, Sophie B. Hawkins, and then it'll be Going for Gold, Shed 7.
It's actually Going for Gold, the theme tune we play on Virgin Radio.
Is it?
Of
Henry Kelly.
Henry Kelly's.
Yes.
Who am I?
Rest in peace. Play Tectonics for 4 points for your player pass. After us, it is Reshman Chowdhury live from the City Ground, Forest versus Man City. Adrian's on from half 2, all the goals as they go in the Premier League. Game Day phone in with Jamie O'Hara and Jermaine Pennant from 5:30. Thanks for listening. Happy Christmas, etc., etc., etc. Reshman's next.